And welcome
to Sort of the Story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
Max, tell them what you just said before I hit record.
I said destroy capitalism and then murder James Dean.
And right before that, what you need to know about that is that, to get the context, was she said sex work is real work and all work is bad.
Yes.
So we're talking about James Dean, the porn star. Hi, welcome.
We're also talking about the actor.
We were having a pretty nuanced conversation.
We really were. And then Jeannie got tired of it and we started doing the podcast.
This podcast is the podcast where Max and I tell each other stories like fairy tales and folk tales and mythology, and we discuss the ins and outs of folklorism. And it's not for children because sometimes we'll just randomly talk about porn stars in the middle.
Or before or after. Listen to the test. Whatever.
By the way, today's test was 14 minutes long, and I will be cutting it down to like 2 minutes and then putting the rest on Patreon. So if you want to hear us talk about so many things.
Gerard Butler.
Movies, Gerard Butler, how hot we think Marlon Brando is. Guys, remember that scene where he bites his lip and rolls his eyes?
That wasn't even in a movie. That was just a screen test.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in depth.
God.
So if you want to hang out with us, you absolutely can. You can hear us talk about all that and more. Max, tell them how.
You can just Google that. It's a GIF.
I mean, we'll definitely try to link it somehow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we'll share it on our Instagram. Mm-hmm. But if they want to actually hang out with us, if they want to hear extra episodes, what can they do, Max?
I mean, you could just go watch Streetcar. Like, honestly.
Us. With us.
What?
If they want to hang out.
What are we talking about?
With us. Max, plug the Patreon. Max got Marlon Brando fever.
Listen. I am riding the streetcar all the way to the last stop on the station.
Last stop, Desire.
Woo!
Do we ever explain in that movie why it's called? You know what? Never mind. We're not going to... Guys,
I don't think they do.
This isn't a Streetcar Named Desire podcast.
It could be.
It's not, though. Max, tell them about the Patreon.
All right. You can join us on Patreon by giving us dollars.
Any dollars you want.
$3 will get you access to the Discord, where we hang out with all of our buds who listen to the podcast.
That's true.
You can send us messages. I post memes a lot sometimes. You can ask us weird questions.
I think some of the
follow
buds
your heart.
Don't listen to the podcast. They just hang out with
fine
us.
Also.
That's very fun.
Honestly, it adds a nuance, I think, to the community that is really exciting.
Yeah. We got some buds who just like us. That's nice.
And it feels good.
Yeah, that's how you know they're buds. Good.
Or for $7 a month, you can get access to the Discord as well as a full-length bonus episode every goddamn month.
Whee!
Which is pretty good.
When you listen to this episode, this is our last episode before we take a month-long hiatus. We won't be recording regular episodes because Max and I need to sleep forever. Mm-hmm. So when we're in our comas, we're
going underground to be with the cicadas.
Yeah, we're going to get buried by Robert Kennedy's brainworm. And if you would like to be,
Tremor style or Dune style?
I think like nice wet earth style.
Aw.
Yeah, like Hozier album cover style.
Ooh. Okay.
It's gonna be sexy as hell while we're on our Eat, Pray, Love underground. You will be without regular episodes. So if you want more of us, join our Patreon and get some bonus eps.
Yeah, you also get access to all of the back catalog of bonus episodes, which there are a bunch of them. There's like 12?
15.
Which is like 12.
And in June there shall be 16.
I knew that we had at least 12. I didn't want to overpromise and underdeliver. You know what I mean?
You would never want to overpromise and underdeliver. No. Oh my God.
Rule number 1.
So definitely do that. Hang out with us.
And also, if you're missing us while we're on our hiatus, you can say hi at us by sending us an email.
Max, that was so good.
Thank you.
What? My mind is blown.
You can send us an email at sortofthestory@gmail.com. You can follow us on socials at sortofthestory. Janie's reeling.
Where am I? Call it after. I really liked that.
Or join the Discord. We'll still be hanging out there. We just need a little time off from recording because your moms are very tired.
And your moms are also about to double time their workload by doing off topics again. Yes. So, you know what? Let us have this. Send us wine.
We work so hard.
You're going to stay with Grandma this summer. Okay, well, that was an excellent plug.
Thank you
We
very
are
much.
good at this.
Wow. We should do this all the time.
We should do this professionally.
We kind of do this all the time.
We're never not doing this. Again,
basically
we're
always doing
taking
this.
a break.
It's not you, it's us.
It's definitely us. Okay, Max. Well, we are on episode 134. Are you, and you're going first.
I am going first.
Are you ready to tell me a tale?
What if I said no?
Then I guess I would tell you a tale.
Oh, interesting.
There's always plan B. Max is, her mind is absolutely blown at that.
Whoa!
Oh no.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a 1-second break and then we'll come back and hear Max's
Don't
tale.
worry.
Please, for God's sake, stop worrying. You worry too much. Okay, bye.
All right, Janey.
Okay, Max.
I got a story for you today. This story is called The 3 Words of Advice.
Don't eat insulin.
It's not for that. That's not how you do that.
Take a nap.
So true. I will tell you at the outset, just so you know what to expect, it's 3 different pieces of advice, not 3 words of advice. Although, while I was researching this story, I did come across a Huffington Post article that was like, if we could give our younger self, our like 16-year-old selves advice and we could only use 3 words, this is what we would say.
Oh.
One of them was like, trust in yourself, Albert Einstein. It's like, I feel like your younger self wouldn't be able to do anything with that.
No, you want to give them actual advice. Okay,
Yeah.
16. How old was I at 16? This was 2007?
This was 2010 for me.
2007 for me. I was in high school. So many things I could say.
Stop Trump winning.
Oh, you wouldn't know what that meant.
I would figure it out. I would have enough time to figure it out. He has a winery in Charlottesville.
Ooh, so you really would know.
Uh-huh.
Blow up winery. What?
What else?
There's so many things I fucked up with, but I can't imagine my younger self taking advice.
Wear your retainer.
Oh, I still wear my retainer that I got when I was 13 years old.
I am reaching the conclusion of my second set of adult braces because I refuse to wear my retainer.
Hey! Again, the retainer that I wear currently used to be glow in the dark.
Now it's just yellow.
No, now it's pink and it's white because I used the Effordent.
Mm.
But the bottom one is yellow. It just is.
Mm-hmm. It makes you look like a 4th century English peasant.
Yeah, it really does. It's
Please, my lord. That's what you sound like.
wear your retainer.
Yep.
I'll think for more advice, but I don't think my younger self would have taken advice from me.
I wouldn't have taken advice from myself unless it was hyper practical, like wear your retainer.
Mm.
Even then, I probably still wouldn't have, but at least I would feel worse about it.
Yeah. You're like, God, I was warned.
I was warned. I should have known better.
By me.
Damn. So true.
I think I'd tell myself, have more sex.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That'd be a good one.
Or
Drive slower, bitch.
don't talk to boys.
That's 4 words.
Boys are bad.
There you go. Read a book.
You didn't need to have that advice. You would have been in the middle of a book being like, oh, okay.
That's true. That's true. Anyways, enough about us and our regrets.
Mm-hmm.
This story is from 100 Favorite Folktales, collected and edited by Stith Thompson of the Ernst Thompson Uther Thompson. I've used this book for the past couple of episodes, and if you're wondering why, it's because I'm lazy and it's on the top of my book stack.
But also because it has good stories.
Yeah, it has 100 of them.
There's so many.
So, like...
That's 100 stories.
Yeah. So
I've used
prepare for
them.
the next, 94 episodes of the podcast to be this. This particular story originally comes from Modern Greek Folktales, edited by R.M. Dawkins, which is a name I hadn't heard before. I googled him, and he's the most boring and generic white British man I've ever read about. He went to a school, and then he studied Greece, and then he published some books, and also he was on the board of some museums, and then he died.
You know, I went to a school and I studied Greece.
That's different, though. At least you're interesting.
That's true, and I'm not all white.
There you go.
The kids are not all white.
So true.
Fuck you, RM Dawkins. Be better.
But I really wanted to share this story because I really feel like these words of advice resonate through the ages. And I think that it's something that we can apply to our lives today. And I wanted to share that with you guys.
Okay.
There was a tinsmith, a smith of tin, and he was out of work for a while. And he had a wife, and he wasn't making any money, and his wife was a woman, so she wasn't making any money. And one day he realized, my goodness, we don't have any money and we're going to starve. So he goes to his wife and he says, "Mine wife, I think we will starve if I don't make some money. So I'm going to go out into the world and get a job, a different job from the job that I have now. And then I hopefully will be very lucky and I will make a lot of money. And then I will come back and we will have food again."
I'm sorry. He's gonna leave her?
Mm-hmm.
She can't work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can't have a credit card either.
No, didn't exist.
Didn't exist yet. So he's like, "Wife, I am leaving. I'm going to go pursue a second career. Please make me some biscuits for the road." And so she makes him some corn biscuits for the road.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
He travels for 10 days, at which point he reaches a large metropolitan center. He gets to this huge city and very quickly finds work on a farm.
Mm.
So he starts work on the farm, and he works there for 15 years.
Oh, what? Your wife is dead.
Your wife's dead, dude.
So sorry, but your wife, she done died.
She's dead.
15 years?
15 years.
You son of a bitch.
And you might say to yourself, it's only 10 days travel. Surely, at least he went home and visited or sent money home or something at some point.
No.
Canonically did not.
I
Talk
hope
more about
he
this at the end.
found a better husband.
I also hope she found a better husband.
Yeah.
So he finds work on the farm. He works there for 15 years. And after 15 years of service, he goes to his boss, the big man, man in the chair, and he says, "I want to go back to my home and my wife, who I assume is still alive."
No.
No. And his master says, "Well, you've worked very hard for me these years. I thank you for your service. You're welcome to go home. And I would like to give you as a parting gift 200 gold pieces."
Okay.
And the man is like, "Thank you so much. You've been a kind master. It's been great working with you all these years. I'm headed off. See you later." So he takes his 200 gold pieces and he starts to walk off down the road toward his house, which again is 10 days travel away, which is a lot, but not a lot for 15 years.
No.
At some point there,
No,
I feel
at that
like...
point it becomes like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just feel like... Anyways.
Yeah.
As he's walking down the road, he hears his master call out from behind him. And his master says, "Come, I want to say something to you." And he turns back around and he's like, "What is it?"
And he takes the clothes and he goes, "Psych."
Yoink.
You belong to me.
You idiot. Should have kept walking. I'm going to steal your lunch money. But he says, "Come, I want to say something to you. Give me 10 gold pieces.
What?
And I will give you a word of advice."
Oh.
And the man is thinking to himself, the tinsmith, he's like, "Well, you know, my master is very successful. He's a wealthy man. He could afford to hire me. And he just gave me 200 gold pieces. So surely any advice that he has is worth getting. And it's only 10 gold pieces. I'll still have 190. Then I'll go home to my wife, who I assume is probably still alive."
And hasn't remarried.
So he's like, "Yeah, you know what? It's an investment. I'll go for it." So he gives his former master the 10 gold pieces. And his former master says to him, "Here's my advice, and heed it well. It's good advice." And then tinsmith is like, "Okay." He says, "Never mix yourself up in other people's affairs. You have seen nothing. You know nothing."
Oh, he's like, you saw me do some weird shit on this farm.
Listen, here's my piece of advice. Snitches get stitches.
Maybe keep what you learned here to your fucking self. Thanks for the 10 pieces. Say thank you to me. Wow.
Shit.
I really did just pay to get threatened.
He really did. And the tinsmith is like, "Oh, I'm sure that that's very good advice. Thank you for your wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
All be good with you, master, and farewell.
Yeah.
And he turns back around and he goes back down the road.
Yeah.
And then he hears behind him, "Hi, where are you? I want to tell you something else."
This fucking guy. What? No thanks. You can burn this bridge. You don't think you're gonna come back, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches. And so he turns around and he's like, "What do you want to tell me?" And he's like, "Well, I'll give you another piece of advice for only 10 gold pieces."
Good fucking lord.
And the tinsmith is like, "All right, well, I've already bought 10 gold pieces worth of advice," which was probably like the not good advice that he usually would sell for less. But then there's this one, and now it's like, I've got to get my money's worth, so I'm going to do 20, and like between the two of them, the advice will even out and be valuable enough, and it'll be great.
Oh, God.
So he goes back and he gives 10 more gold pieces to his former master.
Mm-hmm.
And his master's like, "Thank you. My advice is this. Never leave the king's highway."
Okay. So this guy's definitely involved with a local crime circuit.
Uh-huh.
He's like, you don't tell them who I'm working for, and also there's going to be a big ol' robbery today. Maybe don't go into the woods.
"You should stay home from school today."
So this might actually be good advice if he knows something's gonna go down.
Maybe. And the tinsmith is like, "Oh, that's great advice. Thank you. All be good with you, master, and farewell."
Mm-hmm.
And he turns around and he starts walking down the road again. And he gets a little bit further and he's like, "Wow, that advice wasn't, I mean, I guess it was good. Yeah, that was good advice. That's kind of good stuff to know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I mean, maybe could have guessed that myself, but could come in handy. Could be good."
Sure.
And as he's about to round the bend, he hears a voice behind him. "Hi, where are you? I want to tell you another thing. One last final piece of advice."
I think you just want your money back. Also, going from 200 to, what is it now?
180.
170 now.
If he gives him the money, which we don't know whether he will.
Okay, but like that's a huge difference.
It is. It really is.
That's a big old chunk of change.
So the master is like, "All right, last piece of advice, and it's a good one for 10 gold pieces."
Okay.
And the man is like,
Wrap your willy.
"Buckle up for safety."
That's 4 words.
And the man is like, "This guy must be
Rose
fucking kidding."
Before hose.
But the tinsmith is like, this guy's got to be fucking kidding. Like,
Yeah.
he just wants to get all of his money back, and I'm not an idiot. And I'm not going to give him all of the money back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts thinking, he's like, well, he said it's the last piece. So it'll be like, I'll have all 3, and that's kind of a satisfying number. And I'm sure this will be like a really good one because he saved it for last, so it must be super valuable.
Oh my God.
So he goes back, and he gives another 10 gold to his former master.
Mm-hmm.
And his former master is like, "Oh, thank you. My final piece of advice to you, young man, adult man.
My boy.
First think, and afterwards act."
I'm gonna flip this goddamn table. You know, they didn't have TV back then. This might have been mind-blowing.
And the man is like, "Thank you, and good fortune upon you, and farewell." And he goes down the road at a much faster pace because he's like, I am not giving him any more fucking money. This is the worst series of financial decisions I've ever made in my life.
$30 for fucking Hallmark plaques.
Yeah, basically like a live, laugh, love
I
poster.
hated it.
Yeah, really, really bad. Really, really, really bad.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good even.
So the man continues on down the road. And as he's going, he meets a young man who's traveling in the same direction as him, and the two of them decide to travel together.
Okay.
And they spend the afternoon walking and talking, and they become friends. And it comes towards nightfall, and they're getting prepared to camp when they see that there is an inn just a little ways down the road. So the two of them go to the inn, and they speak to the innkeeper, and they ask for a room for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one bed.
He doesn't deserve love. He abandoned his wife.
Yeah, for sure. They ask for a room for the night, and the innkeeper says, I'm so sorry, but all of our rooms are booked up. This is a 4-star inn, and there's a convention in town.
Gordon Ramsay is here.
Oh my god.
Don't tell anyone. Snitches get stitches.
And he's like, we have no rooms, but you can stay in the stables for tonight. And they're like, yeah.
Is this the story of Jesus' birth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Pretty crazy, right?
I forgot that is a biblical proverb.
Yeah, one of the 10 Commandments is snitches get stitches.
Yeah, no fucking snooches.
Also, protect your neck.
Also protect your neck, for sure. Also, don't stray from
Don't
the
talk
king's
about Fight Club. Also, live, laugh, love.
If my older self came to visit me from the future, looked at me and said, live, laugh, love, I'd kill myself.
Yeah. Yes. I would kill my future self.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Yeah, 100%. I would, that bitch will be gone.
What if she came back in time and said, laugh, laugh, laugh?
Oh, I would give her the keys to my house. You can move back in, bitch.
Bitch.
For whatever reason, my little brother and I started, instead of saying live, laugh, love, one of us would go, live, laugh, love, and the other one would go, laugh, laugh, laugh. I don't know why, but I think that's very funny.
Honestly, a pretty good motto.
Yeah. Oh, laugh, laugh, laugh.
So, they stay in the stable that night.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them curl up in one of the little stalls. There are 3 horses in the other stalls. 3 beautiful Persian stallions in the 3 other stalls in the stable. The 2 of them get comfortable. They sleep in the hay. And around midnight, the 2 of them wake up to hear 3 men coming into the stables. 3 men with like heavy Persian accents come into the stables, and they start to saddle up the horses. And the 2 men hear them talking about how they're going to go further down the road. They're going to ride off now, and then at dawn, there's going to be a treasure caravan that's going along the road, and they're going to ambush it and take the treasure and kill everyone inside.
Okay.
And the men saddle up their horses and ride off, and the young man, who the tinsmith met on the road, jumps up and is like, we have to tell someone. They're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. And the tinsmith says, don't mix yourself up in other people's business. You have seen nothing. You have heard nothing. You know nothing. If anyone asks, we were never here.
There's just no reason to keep this a secret.
The young man is like, well, it's just not right. And I have to say something. And the tinsmith is like, all right, you have fun with that. I'm going back to bed.
Your fucking funeral.
Your fucking funeral. That's what the tinsmith says.
Yeah.
He's John Ralphio.
Isn't that weird that the tinsmith
Isn't that
is
crazy?
John Ralphio?
So the young man is like, well, I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah.
And he comes out of the stable and he storms up to the innkeeper and he's like, innkeeper, call the constables. And the innkeeper's like, why? What happened? And the young man is like, I just heard 3 men in the stables conspiring about how they're going to ambush a treasure caravan and steal everything inside. They rode off that way, and I know what they all looked like, and I can describe them. And the innkeeper is like, oh, word?
Oh, no.
And kills him because he was in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He kills him, and he hangs him up on a tree outside of the inn.
Fuck.
And leaves him there.
Does not care about police, apparently.
No.
Okay.
No. Not at all.
Police are in on it.
Listen, dirty all the way to the top.
Oh, don't trust cops.
That might actually be the lesson of
That
this.
might be the lesson, but also that might be what I tell myself when I was younger. Oh, actually, by the time I was 16, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back to read a book.
If I could go back 5 years and tell myself something, it would be stop buying goldfish. I've killed so many goldfish.
Goldfish are hard.
They're so gross. They shit virtually nonstop.
Nonstop.
And also, if they swim around in their own shit, they die. And it's like, if that's... How have you evolved this way?
They're probably not supposed to be in little tanks.
It was in a huge tank, but yes. Anyways. The next morning, the tinsmith wakes up from his very comfortable hay bed in the stables. And he packs up all of his things. He sees that the young man's things are in the stable, and he leaves them there because that's not his business.
Yeah.
And then he walks out of the inn and he sees the innkeeper leaning up against the door of the inn and watching him through slitted eyes very closely. And he throws his backpack over his shoulder. He sees the young man hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
And he says nothing and walks on down the road.
All right, good. Turns out it was good advice.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. But
If he
maybe.
had gone with his friend, he could have probably fought off that innkeeper for sure.
He definitely, like, the reason that guy is dead is because he was like,
he was
it's
alone.
not my business. Yeah. 100%. That would be my argument, is that,
yeah.
He's complicit. So he continues off down the road. And as he's traveling, he comes across a caravan of 2 men, 2 camel drivers, and 10 camels that they are driving in a herd together down the road. Yeah. And the camels are laden down with all of these beautiful, like, silks and sashes and everything that are clearly on their way to be traded somewhere. He finds that the camel drivers are headed in the same direction as him, and so he decides to walk with them for a little while. Most of the day passes, and then towards evening, they're like, we're really hungry, and I don't think we packed enough supplies for this trip. And one of the camel drivers is like, well, I actually know that there's an inn, like, a little ways up. It's just behind a hill, so we have to get off the road and, like, go over the hill, and then we'll be at the inn, and they've got this, like, she crab soup that is...
Oh, I would not listen to advice in order to get some she crab soup.
So the tinsmith is like, well, you guys can go have a lovely dinner. I'm going to stay here on the King's Road.
Yeah.
And the men are like, okay, do you want us to get you takeout?
Weird about it.
And he's like, yes.
Okay.
Bring me the complimentary rolls.
Yeah, get extra rolls, put them in your purse.
Yes. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
This guy fucking knows what I'm talking about.
And they're like, all right, well, we're going to go get some food. Can you watch our camels here if you're going to be here anyways? And the guy's like, yeah, I will stay here with the camels. You guys go do what you got to do, but I will never, ever leave the King's Road. The guys are like, all right, whatever. So they...
He's not going to tell him why?
No.
All right.
No. Why would he?
This guy fucking sucks.
This guy sucks.
This guy's not good.
This guy's bad.
I'm beginning to think our hero is flawed.
I think I might be anti-hero in this story.
I'm definitely anti-hero.
The camel drivers leave the road and they go off over the hill to the inn nearby. And the tinsmith is sitting on the road and he's like, those fucking idiots. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be something bad.
Yeah.
And he hangs out for a little while and then time passes and he hears a sound like a boom of thunder.
Okay.
And a cloud of smoke rises over the hill.
A bomb?
And he's like, ha, I knew it. I knew I was right not to go there.
I knew this story was directed by Justin Lin.
The story is directed by Justin Lin. The story explains, and I'm not sure how the story knows this,
Okay.
but the story explains that the men went to the inn, and also the inn happened to have a massive stash of gunpowder, which for some reason combusted and blew them all to high heaven.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So there's a crater in the earth where the inn once was.
Yeah.
It really feels like, I mean, it was there already. Like, it had been there for long enough that this guy knew about it.
What it feels like, I was just on a live for the first time in several months, and somebody asked me to tell some of Grandmommy's stories, and the stories that I was telling are very much first-person accounts, but they are also, like, weirdly miraculous. But, like, things happen in real life, like things that are out of the blue and whatever. And then when you retell them again and again and again over the course of your entire life, and then you're 94 still telling them, they take on, like, a magical quality almost. And this almost feels like there was an explosion in an inn. and this did, in fact, happen to somebody, and they were like, I didn't go, and then the whole place just blew up.
I went a different direction with it.
Yeah.
Where I was like, he's telling this story and he's like, those guys went off and they left their camels with me and then they exploded. And that's how I got all these cool camels.
Now, don't ask me any more
Don't look
questions.
for the bodies. There was so much gunpowder.
Yeah.
Also, that guy that they found murdered, That's because you heard what the man said. Snitches get stitches.
Do get stitches.
Well,
I'm not God. I can't stop the snitches from getting stitches.
that's not on me.
Yeah.
So he hears the explosion, sees the cloud of smoke rising over the hill, and he's like, those idiots. And he takes the 10 camels and continues on down the road.
Yeah. And it has camels.
Mm-hmm. And the story is like, listen, what else could he do? Was he just going to leave the camels there?
Poor defenseless camels. I mean, honestly, he should take the camels in that sense. I mean, I agree with this. I'm surprised he didn't take that other guy's backpack.
The story actually doesn't mention the guy's backpack. I just assume that he left it or didn't see it or something. But this really seems like...
They would definitely mention it if he had taken it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got camels, so...
Now he got camels. So he takes these 10 camels and continues on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to his home some days later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his house where his wife is, where he used to live.
Hopefully.
From before?
Yeah.
From earlier? You remember?
She's sitting in the same spot. She's a skeleton in a rocking chair wearing a shawl. When he walks in, her bottom jaw falls off.
Yeah. When he gets to the house, it is nighttime.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the house and he hears voices inside. And so, being a curious kind of fella, he sneaks up to the door.
Wait, hold on. What was the last piece of advice? Snitches get stitches, stay on the King's Road, and wasn't trust your gut.
It was the opposite. Think, then act.
Oh, think first, act later.
Mm-hmm. Think first, then act. Yeah.
Sleep on it. Got it.
Use your noodle.
Mr. Noodle loves you. What?
You should call Mr. Noodle. He misses you.
Mr. Noodle wants 10 gold pieces.
So he sneaks up to the front door of the house that he assumes is still his.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he assume that?
Yeah, really, it's not your house anymore.
And he looks in through the crack in the door, and he sees 2 figures sitting before the fireside. One, the figure of his lovely, beautiful wife.
Yes.
And the other, a young hunk.
Oh, fuck yes. Go wipe. You
Go
deserve
wipe.
this. Oh, no, it's for sure going to be his son. Oh, bummer. Oh, bummer. God damn it.
Your textual awareness is a bummer.
Hated that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So he looks into the crack and he sees this hot young hunk sitting next to his wife, and he draws his sword and is prepared to fully murder both of them. And then he hears the voice of his master in his head saying, "Think first, then act."
And there's over that, you hear just the rattling of gold coins.
Clink, 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 clink.
Wait, come back. I have one more piece of it. Can you follow me? Go away.
He goes to attack them, and then he remembers the advice, and he stays his blade, and he sits for another moment and listens to their conversation. And he hears the boy say, "Mama, tomorrow I shall go out into the field and thresh us wheat so we may have food tomorrow." And the mother's like, "Yes, we will have to do that if we're going to eat because we're still so poor."
I'm sorry. He was about to go. He's been missing for 15 years.
Hang on. We're so close to the end.
I'm so mad at him.
And the son says, "Don't worry, Mama. All we need do is ask and God will provide." And his wife is like, your father believed just such a thing before he left us all those years ago, and now surely he is lost or dead, or he's forgotten about us. And her son's like, "No, Mama, always believe that father will come back. I will meet him."
Oh my God.
And then the two of them sit down and pray for a moment that God will deliver them from poverty and starvation. And at this moment, the man busts down the door of the house and is like, "Honey, I'm home."
Somebody ask for a God.
And they all rejoice.
No.
The end.
No, he doesn't deserve this. No, he doesn't deserve this.
Okay.
Also, he was gone for 15 years and he's going to begrudge her having another person in the house? Like, go fuck yourself.
Every single thing about this story makes me so mad.
Yes, it's so maddening.
I had a little bait and switch with you guys at the beginning. All of this advice is terrible.
That's bad advice.
Every single person in this story is bad.
Yes.
Not the wife and the son. The two people in this story
Kind
are
of
bad.
the wife. Kind of the wife. Fucking move on.
Move on.
Change the locks.
Honestly.
Your son should be like, I wish my dad wasn't such a piece of shit.
Yes.
And now I know not to do this.
Yeah.
I learned a lesson from my terrible fucking deadbeat dad.
Yes. Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
I'm sorry, 200 gold pieces cannot be... Sorry, 170 gold pieces cannot be that much.
Seriously. Also, he was gone for 15 years and he couldn't send a fucking letter?
Couldn't send some funds back home every once in a while?
A nickel! A nickel! She is not allowed to have a job.
Well, she could probably be like a washerwoman or like a cleaner or something. She could make money.
I don't think she can. Also, she's probably a social pariah because people think that she scared her husband off because he's been gone for 15 fucking years.
Gross.
So they don't want her in their house. Because that's how society works.
That is how society works.
So, some things I wanted to put on the table here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy sucks.
Yes.
We've discussed.
Yeah, he's terrible. He should have died.
The master also sucks.
Yes.
And it feels like those things where like a lot of like inspirational speakers and stuff like that where they're like, come to my thing and I'll teach you how to make $1 million.
Yes.
It feels like one of those where it's like, if you pay me $100, I will teach you how to make $1 million.
Yes.
No refunds.
Yes. Yeah, it's horrible.
Really feels like that. Also, just to really get into it, this advice is awful.
Yes. It's not good.
It's awful
Well,
advice.
It's generic advice.
Well, okay. Number one, right? Mind your business.
Yeah.
Kind of good. Kind of okay.
Good if
Except
you're
in
talking
situations
about
where it's
meddling,
not.
Bad if you're talking about helping.
Yeah. And there's no distinction made between the two.
Yeah.
Also, this guy doesn't know what his life is like. He has no reason to understand, like, the kind of situations where he might need this advice.
Yeah.
Because he's a wealthy landowner.
Well, they are also kind of positing that this old man knows something magical. Like, he's some sort of a magical old man figure. Because they are positing that he knows something's going to happen off the King's Road. That was specific advice.
That was specific advice that was also stupid. And also, unless his house is on the King's Road, he didn't follow that advice.
His house is probably on the King's Road. Well, he's probably, like, on your journey. It's down there. That's what posits that this man is a magical old man.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I have no reason to believe that he's magical.
Oh, that's true.
There's absolutely no indication whatsoever that he's magical.
Except that this story is setting up a series of events where he is saved by thinking of his advice.
Which I think is just a convenient series.
It's stupid. It's a bad story for sure. It's a badly written story that's trying to use tropes and not doing it well.
It's just the worst possible. It's not like a lesson like, hey, listen, know when to act and know when not to.
Know when to hold him. Know when to fold him. Know when to walk away and cut. Know when to run.
Honestly, better advice.
Better advice. You should have said
better advice. But like, stay on the King's Road.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What does that mean? And also, if he had gone off of the King's Road and he hadn't met that young man and gone to the inn, then that guy might still be alive. And the last piece of advice, think then act. Literally necessary. You cannot act without thinking. I know that a lot of people say like, oh, I did it before I could even think about it. Literally though, your brain causes your body to move.
You're being picky. We did just have a conversation in therapy where one of the notes on
and I when we were in therapy.
Yeah, when you and I went to therapy together. No, one of my notes in my evaluation was the psychiatrist put down that I am not impulsive. And my therapist was like, I want to talk about what that means. She's like, because I don't know what context he's talking about this, but do you consider yourself to be an impulsive person? And I was like, I guess I don't know what you're talking about. If you don't understand it, then I guess I don't understand it. And we were talking about how impulsivity is inherently an emotional response, right? Like when you think before you act, when you jump to conclusions and then act on them, that's an impulse. And I'm not a particularly impulsive person, but I was also like, I think maybe I have the tendencies to be impulsive. And I quashed those when I was little because of how controlling I am of my own life and decisions. And so we were talking about that. But like, I don't know. Think before you act is like such a basic piece of like little kid advice that if you haven't gotten this now,
yeah,
as an older man.
As a man with a son who you don't know about, and a wife who you abandoned for 15 years.
And the impulse that he had was, I've been gone for 15 years and she wasn't waiting for me, so I should be allowed to murder. Yeah, no matter what time period
no matter
you're
how
from,
I cut it.
no matter what time period you're from, that's just not an acceptable.
No.
She thought you were dead. She's allowed to get remarried, right?
Mm-hmm.
At what point are you allowed to declare somebody missing dead back then?
Never.
Because here, today, I think it's like 3 years.
I feel like it's less.
I think in
3
most
months?
states it might be 3 years. No.
Really?
I think it might be a couple years.
Like
but
a year?
you have but there's a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you can collect insurance and stuff. But
I
know. Yeah. Maddening. But
infuriating. And also, this guy had 200 gold pieces to his name. And then the fucking guy who paid him 200 gold pieces without thinking about it was like, I need 30 of that back.
Which is wild. It seems like he realized he accidentally overpaid him.
Yeah.
He was trying to weasel out some of that money.
Yeah.
Guys, what I want from you is a text. Go ahead and look down at the show notes. You'll see, send us a text. Hit that button and text us, what piece of advice would you give your younger self? Or what piece of advice would you give us? What piece of advice would you give our younger selves?
Hey.
You meet us, we are 16 years old, and we are being weird, probably.
I'm wearing a tank top, bootcut jeans, and a tie. And I have an octopus drawn on my hand because I'm very quirky.
I am wearing a shirt that has jean legs sewed to it.
Fuck. I forgot about the shirt.
So my sleeves are long bell bottoms.
Because you cut them off to make jorts.
I made
Jongs?
shirt. So maybe your advice will be take that off.
On the topic of impulsivity, this is completely unrelated to everything, but there's something really interesting about D&D that I think you would actually really like, believe it or not. There's this one mechanic called wild magic, which is where you have access to this massive reserve of magical powers, but when you use it, something unexpected happens. And sometimes the unexpected thing is that nothing happens.
Yeah.
But what you have to do is roll on a D100, which is either a 100-sided dice or 2 10-sided dice.
Okay.
That you do, one is the 10s and one is the 1s.
Okay.
And then there's a number that lines up with the guide, and that tells you what happens when you use this magic. And that's a lot of times how I feel about my personal impulsivity, where I'm 1 through 80 is just be chill, just be normal and cool. Nothing happens, whatever.
Yeah.
And then 81 through 95 are do something pretty weird. Do something that you're gonna later on be well, who the fuck was that? And then 96 through 100 are go off the fucking rails.
You're the problem now.
Light your head on fire.
You know what? You might as well try it. Lay an egg. What?
And then I do.
That's wild. What an impulse.
I think about that mechanically a lot.
Yeah. So that's a good question though. What advice would you give your younger self?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have taken any advice.
No.
But it's a good exercise.
My advice to myself might be take more advice.
No.
And I still wouldn't follow it.
All right. Well, Max, that was
Janey.
fantastic. Fun.
Thank you.
Want to take a little break?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys. Bye. Okay, Max.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. We are going to be taking a little walk down the lane that is the Serpent Slayer. I started doing a bit and then realized I didn't like it. Today, my story comes from The Serpent Slayer and Other Stories of Strong Women. These are retold by Katrin Chana, illustrated by the unfortunately named Trina Schartheimen.
Fuck. Very sorry, Trina.
Felt like I had to rip that Band-Aid off yet again because we laughed too hard the last time I brought a story from here. Trina Schartheimen's work is beautiful.
I feel like it reflects poorly on me.
Yes.
That if I had that name, I would change it.
Katrin Chana's full name is Katrin Heiman Chana. So for
What?
sure, so Katrin Hyman Chana, that's her full name.
Mhm.
And then Trina Shart Hyman either is her daughter or like
Like a sister or something like
so
that.
she's definitely a relative. So that's a family name. But Katrin Chana
Shart runs in the family.
dropped. No, Shart was not in the family. Anyway, this is a beautiful book. I really love it. You can get it for very cheap on thrift books. And I'm a big fan, and the illustrations truly are beautiful. The story I'm going to...
Also, really quickly, guys, this is just me looking out for you. Now is the perfect time of year, if you've been waiting on books, to go to thrift books and find them, because all of the students are selling their textbooks.
Yeah.
Go get them. I'm going to save like $200 from my next paycheck and get like 100 folklore books.
I'm going to try really hard to see if I can snag a copy of The Odyssey as translated by Emily Wilson. That's what I want. I don't care about the other Odyssey translated by stupid men. I want the Emily Wilson version where she just went through doing her job translating and found out that men have taken a lot of liberties.
Woof.
Yeah, I think they turned a couple female characters into sex workers, like without
Just for fun?
without any provocation. It was like, what? It turns out
They just assume?
these characters that we thought were sex workers are not. No, they just changed it because they thought it fit better, I guess.
That's
I don't know. Anyway,
wild.
the little nuances that you get when you have a new perspective, the first new perspective in translation in history,
Yeah.
like up until Emily Wilson, it was majority men. And I don't think there was a single
No, why would there be?
fully translated version by a woman. I'm sure that women, female translators have done bits and pieces, but
Yeah. This is one of those things where I've said before, everything is political. Every single thing that happens is political, and there's no such thing as an unbiased translation.
this is true.
Translation is political.
Yes, it is. It's the reason why the Bible is so
Yup.
highly contested.
Mhm. Anyways, just something to keep in mind. There is no such thing as a reliable and unbiased source.
That's true. But I want the Emily Wilson one really bad.
Yeah, I want that one because it sounds good and I like it. Also, because the Odyssey sucks and I hope it's better.
The Odyssey doesn't suck.
The Odyssey kind of
Odysseus sucks.
Odysseus sucks, and also the text of the Odyssey kind of sucks.
It's better than
story of the
it's better
Odyssey
than the Iliad,
is
which is
fine.
90% ship names. Except that the Iliad genuinely is one of the most violent books I have ever in my life read. It is so fun. Somebody who likes violence in movies, the Iliad is fucking wild. You know that one scene in Game of Thrones where it was like that one really famous battle scene where they follow basically Jon Snow's point of view as he's in a battle, and it's very realistic in that he can't tell where any of the action is coming from, and everything that he's doing is either pure luck or circumstance, because it's impossible to actually take care of yourself and be fully aware of where you are in that sort of chaos. That's the whole Iliad. Every single fight scene in the Iliad feels like that. It's so good. Anyway, this isn't about that. So I'm right now going to tell you the story, Grandmother's Skull. This is, again, from The Serpent Slayer and Other Stories of Strong Women.
One strong woman.
This is, again, from The Serpent Slayer and Other Stories of Strong Women, retold by Katrin Chana. And I'm just going to get into it. This is an Alaskan Inuit tale.
Ooh.
This is the opening paragraph. A mother and father, 2 sons, and 1 daughter lived by the great river Kobuk. Once they had been part of a large tribe with many families, but disease and war had killed all the others. Now they were only one family, and they knew no one else. So a huge, illness has swept through the tribe. They are the only surviving family. It is a little bit weird that all of them survived. I wonder if they quarantined themselves.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they were vaccinated.
Maybe these natives were vaccinated. Who knows? The sons were great hunters, so they always had plenty to eat, whether it be caribou, bears, wolverines, foxes. And because of this, they never thought to leave their land to search for people, maybe by the sea. They knew other tribes were out there, but they were surviving fine on their own, so they didn't think to do that. They were kind of fine where they were. The daughter's name was Naruvana. This is Katrin Chana does take some liberties in the same way that Mary Pope Osborne in her books takes liberties. These are stories for children. I doubt that I couldn't find the original source of this, and I doubt that it actually gave a name
Yeah.
to this. She does source something, but I doubt that the name Nerovana actually was included in that. And I tried to look it up and it did not come up. So just so you know, as I'm telling this, I'm telling it from a children's source that is specifically about strong women. They will not let a character go unnamed. So
That's
yeah,
not a bad thing, but yeah.
they are trying to pass the
Worth
Bechdel
mentioning.
test.
Yes. I will say out loud, considering the knowledge that this might not actually be a person's name, that it does sound like a heart disease medication.
Nerovana. Oh, and the song for the pill is Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana.
It is. It's a weird drug.
The daughter's name was Nerovana, and she had no memory of ever seeing another person other than her family. So one day she was fetching water at the river when she saw, quote, a person who seemed to be growing from a tree trunk that was floating down the river.
What the fuck?
It was a man she's never seen, and he was in a kayak, but she's never seen a kayak. And she's like, what the fuck is happening here? This really threw her off.
This threw me off also.
Yeah. Imagine how weird she felt.
I was picturing something much more horrifying.
Yeah. No, but he was just in a boat.
Oh.
She ran home and she told her family about what she saw, and they all came to the river to greet him. Nerovana's father invited him into their house as a guest, and that night they ate together and they talked for hours, and he told them, like, I'm from the people that live by the sea, and the father was like, well, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm actually looking for a wife. Like, I've been traveling, and that's what I'm looking for. And so he stayed with them for a few days. And he hunted with her brothers, and at night he would tell her family these amazing stories about his travels, and they've never met another person, so they're like, this is great.
They've literally never met another person.
And they all really liked him. So a month passes, and Nerovana's father at the end of that month is like, listen, if you are looking for a wife, you can marry my daughter. And he basically is like, as you can see, there's no other prospects for her, so this is probably a great match for her, because it's just her and all of us.
And she's in the background like, Dad, stop.
Oh my God. Play harder to get, please. The stranger agreed to this, and soon they were married. And for the first couple of weeks, they were really happy together.
No. No.
But after a while,
No.
her new husband started to get
No.
restless. Okay, so he didn't love staying in one place for so long. Like, again, he is traveling, he has tales of travels, and he is just like, they have no interest in leaving their little place. And so he's like, listen, I'm getting stir crazy here. So eventually he told Nerovana's family, he's like, I'm going to take my wife and we're going to go hunting reindeer. We're going to travel upriver in my kayak, and then once I fill it with meat, we're going to come back down. And that'll probably help me stave off this cabin fever I'm getting staying in this house with all of you. So they travel upriver to a place Nerovana had never seen before. Which isn't hard because she'd never seen a boat before. So, seeing new trees is probably mind-blowing to her. Every day, her husband would go hunting and leave her by herself in their camp. And he started to be gone for like 2 or 3 days at a time. And this was really scary for her because she was like, I don't know where I am, and I have no way to get in contact with him, obviously. And so, like, is he dead? Is he coming back? Like, what is this?
Also, does she have enough food and water?
What if he doesn't come back?
She can't hunt.
She can't. She specifically has no survival skills. Like, she has none.
And they don't have cell phones yet.
Well, and hers is dead. Her cell phone is, in fact, dead, and she lost her charger in the river.
Also, from a modern perspective, I'm like, where's he going?
Where's he going?
Check his texts, girl.
You got that dog
2
in
or 3
him.
days?
I don't think so.
Where's he sleeping?
Exactly. Well,
and with whom?
The reindeer?
Hope not.
That'd be the weirder thing. Okay, so each time he left, she was terrified that something had happened to him and that he wouldn't come back, but he did. And eventually, after he had left her for more than a week, so one time he just left and then was gone for more than a week, he came back and he told her, listen, I think it's time to go home to your family. I think we have enough meat. And she was like, okay. And she's kind of, all right, I'm kind of excited about that. It's really unpredictable being out here with you, actually.
Yes,
I don't like it. So, yes. So he loaded up their kayak and began the journey back downriver. And Nerovana was excited to be back with her family, where she was never alone. They made it to her house, to like where her house was, and she called out from the boat to her mother and her father, but no one came to the river to greet her. And she's like, that's really weird. And so she jumped out of the boat to see what had happened. She was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, she's getting like this really bad feeling. And she made it to her house and she saw a horrific sight.
Oh my God, he murdered all of her family and ate them.
Her entire family, mother, father, and 2 brothers, had been stabbed to death. They were all murdered.
He's the murderer. He did it.
So
he fucking did it.
You son of a bitch, you get back here and explain yourself. So she screamed and wept in horror and grief, and she ran back to the shore to get her husband and to tell him what had happened. But she was shocked to see him paddling away.
He fucking did it.
She screamed after him, and he turned back, and he was like, I'm just gonna go park the boat. Don't worry. I just gotta find a place to dock. But he just kept paddling. And she was running along the shore being like, you can't leave me here. You can't leave me. Something happened. And he was like, don't worry. I'm gonna come back. And then he just kept paddling away. And soon the river carried him out of sight, and she was left alone with the bodies of her family.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So this felt like a terrible nightmare.
Yeah, this is a true crime story.
It is. But no matter what she did, Nirvana could not wake up. And she was like, oh my God, this isn't real. This isn't real. Like, what the fuck? Like, her brain is short-circuiting. So she stumbled back towards her house, and she didn't know what else to do. She didn't want to go back into the house with all those dead bodies. And so eventually she climbed a hill that had tall, soft grass, where she collapsed and sobbed until she had no more tears left. And then, when she could no longer cry, she fell asleep. And she woke up to the sound of her own name. And at first, she thought she was dreaming. But after a moment, she heard the same soft voice that said, Nirvana, Nirvana, dig me out.
No. No. Oh, no.
She looked around in the grass and discovered that she had been lying on a grave. The voice she was hearing was coming from beneath the dirt, and now it was saying, Nirvana, dear child, dig me out.
No, no.
So she began to dig.
No, no, no.
She used sticks and her bare hands. No. She was just like ripping her fingernails off, and she was like just trying to dig through all of these dirt and rocks until she finally reached something hard in the earth. And she pulled it out, and she found herself holding a human skull in her hands. And this skull was chatty. The skull said, Nirvana, do you know who I am? And she's like, no, I don't think we've ever met. And the skull said, I am the skull of your grandmother. Now that you have dug me out of the dirt, you will not die, for I am here to protect you.
Ever?
So, you will never die.
You can't die.
I'm gifting you.
Let's go get that motherfucker.
The curse of immortality. Okay, so she says, I'm going to protect you.
I just really, really, really want Alaskan Inuit Kill Bill where she can't die.
That'd be really good.
Oh, I want it so bad.
Guys, do you hear this? Make this happen.
Hey, screenwriters.
Screenwriters everywhere, specifically Inuit screenwriters. Thank you.
Specifically Inuits, please, for the love of God.
I'm sorry. We're not interested in anyone else writing this. So, thank you. Okay, so her grandmother is like, you have no survival skills. You need to know how to survive. We're in like a dire situation. And so her grandmother's going to help her. So question for you. You are alone in the wilderness. You have nothing around you. Mm-hmm. Well, you might have some tools back home, but you're not about to go back home, right? What are the most important things she needs to do to survive in the wilderness alone? What would you think are her first steps?
The climate here is very cold.
Yeah. It's not like winter yet, but it does get really cold at night, especially.
I mean, the first things that she would need, heat, water, and shelter.
Okay. Heat, water, shelter. Those are like the top ones.
Yeah. You can find food once you're
You can survive without food for a little while.
Heat, water, shelter.
I agree. Okay, so the skull told her that because it was almost nighttime, Nirvana had to gather branches to make a temporary shelter for herself.
Mm-hmm. Shelter.
She finished just as the sun was starting to go down, and as she finally had like a thing that would at least protect her while she was sleeping, she was like shivering with how cold it was. So now the skull talked her through how to build a fire out of some dry brushwood. Yeah, you're pretty good.
This is a good grandma.
Yeah. And Nirvana was able to sleep through the night next to the warm fire. The next morning, the skull told her how to make a house out of tree trunks and earth. She was like, okay, so you need to make a more permanent shelter. That little stick shelter isn't going to cut it. Mm-hmm. She followed the instructions carefully, and even though it was hard work, she had a sturdy house built for herself by the end of the day, which is pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. Now she would have shelter through the long winter that was almost upon her. So the winter is coming. So she was like, you need to...
Classic.
Winter is coming. So she was like, you need to have the shelter. This is a priority.
Yeah.
So now that she had shelter and fire, Nirvana needed food. In the following days, I mean, she had a river next to her, so I guess
The river
yeah.
plus snow, I would assume.
Well, they don't have snow yet, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In the following days, the skull taught her how to make weapons for hunting and how to build traps for smaller animals. Her grandmother knew all the best places to set traps because this is the land that she had grown up on, and so she knew very well how to survive here. And she told the girl where to find caribou and how to take down caribou by herself and stuff. So she's she's teaching her the ropes.
Hell yeah.
She soon became a skilled hunter, as good as her brothers had been. She was able to hunt for herself.
Good.
She built a storehouse for the meat, and she filled it really soon. Quote, she scraped and dried the skins of wolverine and fox to make warm clothes and blankets. Soon the winter snows came and covered the ground, and the skull told her how to catch fish by chopping a hole in the frozen river. And so, this grandmother is just keeping her alive throughout this horrible ordeal. And during the long, cold nights, Nirvana's grandmother would tell her stories about her own childhood and about their people and about what it was like growing up living next to the river when they had all of these people around them and, stories of, her family and her mom when she was younger and stuff. And she, entertained her and kept her, human history alive. Mm-hmm. And she taught her granddaughter the secrets of the animals and all the things she would ever need to know how to survive in the woods by herself.
What a good grandma.
This is a good fucking grandma. Yeah.
That's a good grandma.
And then one day, she asked Nirvana a question. What do you think?
Will you marry me?
Grandma, what? No. I will marry Coco.
No, it's fine.
Guys, we've shared this a bunch, but that's a cartoon that has entered our brain and will never leave.
Nope, we'll never leave. She asked her a question.
The pressing question.
What do you want most in the world? And then she says, revenge.
Women. I don't know why I thought you were going to say women.
No.
Good for you, Nirvana. No, she asked her the question, dear child, do you know who killed your mother and father and brother?
Revenge.
And of course, Nirvana was like, yeah, I'm not stupid. It was my terrible fucking husband. She just didn't know why. She was like, the only thing is I can't figure out why he would do that. My family was so good to him. He had no motive. He didn't even take anything. He just murdered them and then left me here. Why?
Unless he was just going from family to family and destroying them along the way. And then moving on and constructing a history for himself where he had always been doing adventures and never murdered anyone.
Just the ultimate serial killer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her grandmother told her the simple answer. He was evil.
So true.
He had grown tired of his marriage to her very quickly. And
2 weeks?
And he didn't want anyone in his tribe to know, or he'd feel obligated to remain faithful to her. Up until this point, the only ones who knew was her family. So basically, he just wanted to have sex, and then now that he had it, he was going to get rid of a whole family so he wouldn't have to stay with her. So while he was camping with Nirvana far away, he traveled by foot to her family's house, which is why it took him so long, and murdered her father, mother, and brothers while they were sleeping. Then he had returned to fetch her in his kayak, and his plan was to leave her with her family's bodies, thinking she would die of starvation or exposure. Which is more fucked up than killing her as well.
Alaskan Inuit kill Bill.
Yeah, right.
Now.
Her grandmother explained that this type of man was not new to her. Her own husband had been just like this.
Oh my God.
Which, this doesn't go into how her grandma died, but if her husband was just like this, then it's not great.
I want fucking a movie trilogy and a prequel series.
Right?
Fuck.
So her grandmother was like, this is the reason why I came back. Because she took pity on her. She was like, I wanted to help you because this can't keep happening. Men can't get away with this. That's stupid. So she told Nirvana that in the spring, when the snow melted and the river thawed, her husband would return with his people to try to take this beautiful country. And she said, quote, my grandchild, you must not allow him to live on the land of your ancestors. So when he and his people came down the river in their kayaks, they would be ready for them. She told her granddaughter to build a shelter by the river and to watch and wait for his arrival. And when that day came, quote, we will know how to welcome him, end quote. Max is getting her Inuit revenge story.
I'm having the time of my life. Honestly, okay. Did you watch Prey?
The Predator?
Yeah.
Maybe? I didn't, but I've heard it's fantastic.
It's so good. I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. I want, what is it? The witch? The Vivitch?
Yeah.
I want that
The vibes. You want the Ari Aster
I don't want to say that because I don't like Ari Aster, but I want the Vavitch.
Yeah.
But
the feminism of the Vavitch.
Yes. And also the like weird silence.
The eeriness.
Yes.
The being in the wilderness.
Yes.
The wildness of it all. Yeah. Also, I'm sorry, but what makes the Vavitch so good is that it specifically pulls exclusively from old folktales. And so, like, all of the dialogue is from old folktales. It all is seamlessly blended together in old witch folktales from, like, England in the Middle Ages and shit. Like, not Middle Ages, I guess, like, the 1600s.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so good. That's what we want. We want that level of research on Native American folktales.
Yeah.
In a scary, fucking violent revenge story.
Also, we should watch Prey.
Okay.
I really think you would like it.
So the winter passed. And eventually the land came to life again. Everything thawed and turned green once more. And one day the skull said, "Today is the day your husband will come, dear child. We must be ready." Nirvana took her grandmother's skull with her to her hiding place near the river, and she watched and waited. And eventually she began to see strangers in a line of boats. She let them all pass, like one by one. She's just like watching their faces, until finally she saw her husband at the very end of the line. And at that point she stood tall on the bank of the river and cried, "Boats! Boats!" Which is a weird thing to cry out. What I think must have happened is maybe she called out something like that when she first saw him, but it doesn't say that. Her husband startled and looked up, and then when he made eye contact with her, he like just completely drained of color because he's like, "Oh, fuck. What?" It's like he saw a ghost because he thought she was dead.
And she also poured gasoline across the surface of the river, and then she just flicks a match into it.
She
and
flicks
all the
her
boats
cigarette.
Go up. Yeah. Oh, God.
He said, "My wife, you're alive. Great."
Fantastic.
And he
just
started,
what I hoped for.
And he started paddling towards her.
Also, her husband is Owen Wilson for some reason.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow, you're
I
alive.
can't believe you're still alive.
Wow, so lucky.
How fortunate.
For me. Fortunate.
It's just such a lucky twist of fate. You know?
I was rooting for you. But Nirvana didn't listen to him. She only heard her grandmother's voice say, "Now is the time." And she hurled the skull into the river where her husband was paddling.
What?
And instantly, the water began to bubble and boil. It made huge whirlpools that seized his boat and then dragged him screaming down to the bottom of the river. Yes. Max has her hands up in triumph. Woo! When he had disappeared completely and the water was calm once more, the skull rolled back to the bank and lay at Nirvana's feet as if nothing had happened. Also, she's all clean now.
I'm picturing the end of Ready or Not.
Yeah. I will say this is I want the original copy of the book this is sourced from. I do want that because this is the children's version. I want a much more violent story. And that's that's all I want. We've had some pretty violent folktales on this podcast. I want a very violent story. And I think that this part of me is wondering if she toned this down for children.
Yeah.
But I
mean, you'd have to imagine, especially like this is an inherently violent folktale, I feel like, which
she has somebody getting stabbed to death in this
folktale. A bunch of people.
But yeah, I would like a more violent version of this. Wattpad where? Wherepad. Why? Okay, so the skull came back up on the bank and lay at her feet. She picked it up, and her grandmother told her that her husband was dead now. He had paid for his crimes, and he could never hurt her again.
Good.
She asked her granddaughter to take her back to the hill she had found her at and rebury her. And she said that she was free now. She's like, "Nirvana, you can go wherever you want." She had all the tools for survival now. If she wanted, she could follow the people down the river and join their tribe. She's like, "Don't worry, these are good people. He was not good, but those people are pretty good. They would welcome you. They would take care of you." And she said, quote, "Or perhaps you would rather follow the paths of this forest to where they lead you." So she's like, you could go with them or you can live here. You can survive by yourself. It's up to you. Wherever she went, her grandmother's spirit would be with her. And the last lines of the story are, "So Nirvana buried her grandmother's skull and continued on her way. Whether she settled with the people of the sea or traveled on to some farther country, no one can say for sure. But wherever she went, she carried her grandmother's wisdom with her." The end. Just a cute little revenge story. Go girls.
That's one of my favorite stories we've ever told on this podcast.
It's really good. Again, this is the children's version. I would Okay, so here's the notes.
Mm-hmm.
The story is based on The Skull That Saved the Girl from The Eagle's Gift, Alaska Eskimo Tales by Knud Rasmussen, who we have talked about before. But this was written in, he's come up a couple times.
Yeah.
Especially with like the Flame Tree Publishing books. A lot of those are sourced from Knud Rasmussen. He wrote this in 1932. According to Wikipedia, because I was like, let me just look up who he is since we've talked about him before. Knud Johan Victor Rasmussen was a Greenlandic Danish polar explorer and anthropologist. He has been called the father of Eskimology and was the first European to cross the Northwest Passage via dog sled. So he has like a bunch of books that he's written about his voyage. He has done a lot of research specifically with Inuit tribes. He was called, I don't know if he called himself this, but it seems like the tribes called him the White Eskimo. Yeah, he has books that's the title.
Seems like one of those nicknames that you make up for yourself.
It does, but also he does seem to have like actually formed a pretty positive relationship with Inuit tribes. And he is credited with preserving a lot of Inuit folktales and customs and like writing that down. Plus he was from Greenland and I tend to trust them more than if he had been like from America.
Yeah, that's fair. Or England.
Or England or Canada or anywhere else really.
Most places.
So I'm not sure how he writes. I tried to look up The Eagle's Gift, Alaska Eskimo Tales, and all of the copies right now are like $45, and I'm not willing to pay $45 for a book written in 1932.
Okay.
Unless there's a really good reason for me to do that, and at the moment I don't really have a really good reason to spend that amount of money, because not all those stories. What I find with these older sources is there might be one or two really good sources, but most of them are kind of unreadable.
Yeah, the cool thing, which is also maybe a bad thing about like the collection of folklore, is that a lot of times folklorists have come through and created these collections of folklore where they take the best of the best and present it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times the sources that they're referencing, that's like the only good story from them.
Yeah.
But that's purely entertainment value, not cultural value.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I thought this was such a fun story. It certainly fits in the vein of what Katrin Chana wanted her book to be, which is stories of strong women. But again, I'm going to posit a guess. Having never read the original source, I tried to, couldn't find it. Having never read the original source, I'm going to guess that she added the names. Mm-hmm. It's impossible. She cannot write a book like this without having named main female characters. So she definitely gave her a name. And then I also think she probably embellished more on the grandmother's role. Since the original story is called The Skull That Saved the Girl, I'm going to guess that the original skull was probably a man. It's better this way. Yeah. I agree with her, but that's my guess. Then I eventually will read the original source, but my guess is that the skull was probably originally a man.
That makes sense.
But it's better as a grandmother teaching her how to survive. The only thing that makes me think that is that all of the skills that her grandmother taught her seem like inherently male skills.
Traditionally, yeah.
Like the hunting, and maybe not the cleaning, but definitely the hunting is a traditionally male activity that her grandmother would have really no reason to know unless she had survived on her own for a little bit. I would also really like to know more about the grandmother's backstory.
Yeah.
I really want to know how she died. I want to know, because she could have just died of disease, but why would she bring up her evil husband?
It really seems like her husband killed her, and also maybe he was the cause of the disease that wiped out the village.
Maybe there's a whole folk tale around this bastard. Have you ever read the book series? I'm going to say no, you haven't, because I don't think anybody ever has, except for me and Savannah. There's a book series that I have in there. The first one is called Mother Earth, Father Sky, and it's like a pulp novel, and it is a Native American, I want to say a love story, but it's about a girl who ends up orphaned and she's trying to survive, and it's just about her being attacked by like a man who comes on in a kayak, and it's just like her survival tale and her falling in love and trying to make like a life for herself. And the next book is called Brother Wind, and it's about her two sons that grow up, and the third book is called My Sister the Moon, and it's about those sons fighting over a girl. It's a very Native American story. I'm going to reread it. But that's what this reminds me of a little bit. It has a lot of like the same survival elements and like the girl power elements that I'm really into.
I like that.
I wonder if it's still good. I might read it and maybe put it on as a podcast book club thing if it still holds up. I doubt it does. If you guys have ever read Mother Earth, Father Sky, please let me know.
When we tell these stories, I try and treat the morals of each individual culture as separate, because I think the way that people tell stories says a lot about the world that they're in. And obviously it's not a complete picture because we don't have a complete record of all of the stories that a particular culture told. Yeah. But if I think of like Alaskan Inuit stories, I think about the skeleton woman that I told.
Yes.
I think about there was one of like the brother and sister who were in.
Oh, this one from Winter Tales. The brother and sister who have to travel to get their mom because she was kidnapped by the northern wind or something.
Mm-hmm. And when I think about those stories, I think a lot about like the Chinoo story and stuff like that. And the idea that like someone comes to town and you cannot trust them. And so like from the beginning of this story, I think that there was like I was like, oh, you cannot trust this person who came from outside.
He's not one of you. But also all of the stories that you're citing are all very female centric.
Yes. Which also makes sense. I mean, it's stories directed towards women to be like, don't trust men who you don't know.
Yeah.
Which is toxic in its own right. But regardless.
So this is
like
the first picture.
Oh, that's cool. It's a like watercolor of a woman at the front of a kayak. And she's looking forward and paddling. And then a man behind her sitting in a separate seat. And he's paddling. And his eyes are concealed in darkness.
Yeah, he's very shadowed in a very sinister way.
Yeah, that guy's bad.
It's a very good illustration. The reason why I'm telling the story is because of this next illustration.
That's so good. This is like the Dali skull. It's an illustration of a woman on a hill holding... Is she holding an elk in one hand? It looks like she's holding an elk by the antlers in one hand. Jesus fucking Christ.
She took down a caribou.
A caribou. And in the other hand, she's holding like a spear. And she's looking out from the hilltop over the land. And then overlaid on the whole picture, like the hill itself and the sky and her, is the picture of a skull.
She looks like a fucking badass. Also, the sky is all like cloudy and there's wind blowing. Like she is fucking surviving out here. Yes. And just like the outline of the skull around her. It's a very cool illustration. I'm going to put these illustrations up on our Instagram if anybody wants to check them out.
I want to check them out. I've already seen them, but I want to see them again.
They're really good. Trina Schart-Hyman, excellent illustrator. Unfortunate name.
Great job, Trina.
Great job. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for our last episode before the break. Once again, in June, we will not be releasing regular episodes of the podcast. So if you want to listen to more and you're all caught up and you're like, wow, I missed their fucking voices. I wish they would scream at me some more. Guess what? We will. Join us on Patreon. At the $7 level, you can get our monthly bonus episodes, and there's a backlog of now 16. So,
wow.
Yeah.
16 whole episodes.
Have fucking fun with that.
And some of them are really long.
Some of them are extra long.
Yeah.
But some of these are extra long. You know what?
Yeah.
We just like to talk. We like to hang out.
So true.
And send us texts, send us emails, talk to us on the Discord, talk to us on TikTok or Instagram at Sort of the Story. Go to our website, www.sortofthestory.com.
On the World Wide Web.
It is on the World Wide Web, and it is not a .net. And just, you know what, hang out with us. We will still be thinking about you. We will still be talking to you. We will still release a June bonus episode, but we will be taking a break from recording any other episodes in the month of June. So, congratulations, us.
Good job, us. High five.
Good job, us. Woo! Okay, and we hope you have the best month. Okay.
And we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye!
Bye.
So we watched Shape of Water.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. Spent a long time last night thinking about how sad I was that the torture scenes were so realistic.
Yeah, right?
They were so upsetting.
For real. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Nobody in film canon has ever been more evil than Michael Shannon in The Shape of Water.
Yeah. Yeah, he sucks. He just has one of those faces that makes you want to fucking punch him.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's ever been punched on the street.
I don't want to say I hope so.
No, because he's just a good actor. When I was in... It's hard to separate actors from their roles sometimes.
Yes.
Even though it's deeply important that people do. Because otherwise you torture people like everybody did.
The Joffrey kid.
Jack Leeson. Yeah. But I was in a really bad Discovery ID reenactment true crime show called Nightmare Next Door. And in my episode, which was called Murder Under the Mistletoe, it's a really bad show. That's the one where they make so many puns that it's like, oh, you have no respect for victims. Got it. Whereas other shows recap nicely. This show is just campy. Anyway, in my episode, it's again a true story about a family who were all murdered, and it's like, who did it? Could it be my character had a baby, and it was like, it could be the baby's father.
It could have been the baby.
It could have been the baby. But they're like, it could have been the baby's father. It could have been the neighbor, or it could have been their creepy father who molested them and who had a grudge, and who the girls had just told on him. And so the mom was divorcing him and also taking him to court for molesting their children.
But it could have been anyone.
Who could it have been?
Or it could have been just a random act of violence.
A Christmas mystery.
A Christmas mystery.
A Christmas mystery. And so to play these characters, I got to hold a baby. It was great, except kind of weird because the first baby that they brought was super sick and had a very high fever, and the mom kept being like, she's fine. No, she's fine. She just cries. So it's like, she's crying so much. And like, no, she's fine. She just kept trying to like pump her full of Tylenol so that she can get her like 2-month-old baby to stop crying and stop having a fever long enough that she could be in this stupid, shitty reenactment. Yeah, so they replaced that baby the next day. And I was like, good, you should have replaced her that same day.
That's almost as evil as Michael Shannon.
Almost. That was a weird thing. But the guy playing the dad, and it's like, you don't talk in that show. It's like a bunch of silent reenactments. And the guy playing the dad took I don't know if he was taking his character super seriously or if he was just a big old creep, but he was the most bone-chilling, like, creepy motherfucker I have ever encountered, where like the whole time he kept making really weird sex jokes, and I was like, you can't do that on a I like this.
Or just in general.
You shouldn't, but also especially
around people you don't know. Maybe
what
don't.
Is this? And then he kept being like, so in this scene, I'd probably touch her, right? He kept like asking, and the director was like, we'll give the direction, it's okay. And he kept being like, but like, I'd probably like touch her hair or something. They were like, I mean, no, you don't have to touch her at all. Just stay there menacingly. Just look like yourself, buddy.
You guys can't tell because this is an audio medium, but I made the biggest frown of my life for that whole time.
Yeah, anyway, sometimes actors just really are weird.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Michael Shannon is evil and it's okay to punch him.